Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lloyd 212, and I'm with Matt Rose. Hello, Matt. Okay. Hello, Philip.
Hello.
What's up, Scott?
Greetings and salutations.
Just show us the magazine.
Oh, sorry, that was quick. Right, so this is today's magazine release from Penny magazine for Doctor Who, and as you can see, if I can tilt it without getting a glare, you can see Sasha Dewan's master is on the cover. There's another cover with Jodie heading in the front.
Getting the master. Yes. I'm just joking.
So I prefer Sasha Dewan's one.
Right.
Yeah,
the episodes that's being covered within this magazine is Can You Hear Me? Episode 7 is being covered. Then also The Haunting of Villa Diodati, which is the Mary Shelley Cyberman one.
Right.
And also Ascension of the Cybermen is being covered, and The Timeless Child is being covered.
No, Timeless Children.
Oh yeah, Timeless Children is being covered. If you can see
I was looking at something. Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I was looking at something yesterday, and I remember when the master gave the holocron speech or whatever to the doctor, saying that everything we knew about the Timeless Child is a lie. Now, could the whole fact of the Timeless Child and all that be bullshit? That's the lie.
Connected to Ruth.
Like Ruth is bullshit. Everything's bullshit.
I'm thinking he's meaning the heritage of Time Lordism is a lie, and those two in particular, because they're not Gallifreyan, they must have come from somewhere else. The Master and Jodie.
So the Master and the Doctor are not Gallifreyan.
Yes, and they must have been the patient zero for the Timeless Children. They must be patient zero.
They were the test subjects for the regeneration energy.
Probably.
And the Doctor always gets sick.
They were obviously kept into Time Lord Society. They were told they were grown.
They learned how to work it correctly after using them as test subjects.
Yeah, this is just supposition. This is just supposition.
This is rumor. Okay.
This is rumor. So maybe those two were children from another planet. The Time Lord took them and kept them as their own and used their ability to create the Time Lord Society.
I don't know if I like that.
And made them think that they were actually they were part of Gallifrey's history, but they're not. And
that's why they always treat them like outcasts.
Yeah,
right?
And that's why probably the Master's fucking angry. So you stole me from my people, and you made
something similar to what they did with Thor and Loki.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, so that's what they're fucking doing. He's copying. Okay,
that's just my idea of it, but it may not even be that way.
Right. I got to tell you, if Ruth is before Barton, I'm gonna be pissed. You know that.
Well, I know you're going to be pissed, but it may not even happen either. We don't know.
It all might be bullshit, by the way.
Well, apart from because he says in that magazine, don't he, that you have to stay tuned and watch the finale live because it's like a do not miss it kind of thing going on.
Yeah, well, he's going to say that because he wants as much on the day viewers as possible.
They always say that, though, don't they?
Yeah, because the ratings have been down, he wants the ratings to go up sky high for his finale.
Right. Which we know that 8, 9, and 10 will be high, but 7 is probably going to be shit.
I don't know. I like Colin said the other day. I think 7 would be quite interesting because it's a departure. It deals with the meddling with the mind. So
it's like fear her bullshit. I don't think so.
Well, do you know what? Quite interests me is that Cybermen one. The first part, she split up from her friends in it.
Who?
The Doctor. Apparently, she's going to be on her own. She's going to be like.
So it's going to be a companion light episode.
Apparently, part 1, yeah, she's going to be on her own facing the Cybermen.
What you mean the haunting of Diodati?
No, the ascension of the Cybermen one.
No, that's 9. No, you're talking about 8. He's confused. Matt Rose, you're confused.
You notice they're looking when they separated everybody, the episodes seem to do a little bit better than when they're together. I think that's kind of funny.
Well, Jodie's isn't she supposed to face the lone Cyberman by herself anyway?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
What? That's the Lone Cyberman is the Mary Shelley one, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Mary Shelley as Lone Cyberman, yes.
Oh, I can't read this
And
one.
then-
Ruth ends up being the Cyberman in some manner.
Hang on, my glasses.
But but technically that means this is 3 parts with the Cybermen. If you
Yeah,
count
it's a
that one.
three-parter. It's a three-parter Cyberman story.
Yeah. And it's a
Yeah,
war,
but
right?
Yeah, they're at the end of their selves.
The end of a war.
They're at the end. Yes, they're all broken and tatty. That's why they look like that.
All right, so here's the thing. The last episode is, what's the date, Philip?
What do you mean, what's the date?
For the last
episode of the season.
February March the 1st. March the 1st.
All right, so March 1st is it. And then there was rumors about the special. Now, I didn't hear anything that the special's being moved up. Did you?
What do you mean moved up?
Like, the special's not being moved up from January. It's not going to be an Easter.
Who told you that?
No, there are people putting nonsense out there like it's going to be moved up. It's not going to be moved up.
Yeah, because I've seen lots of comments the last 2 days that the next series is out in 2021. I'm like, what?
But that might be the case because that might be the case because they have to look back and see how this season is done and then get things sorted out. I mean, I don't know. There's something wrong with this whole 2021 rumor thing. Why have that?
Blame.
It'll
Yeah.
be too soon. It won't give a chance for it to, breathe, and all the editing. It won't be done to what Chibnall likes, with him going all over these exotic places.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Unless BBC have told him off for blowing the budget and said, look, we're going back to basics for this next season or else you're out.
That's what they need to do.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what do you think? What do you think, Philip? You think, is it possible they can move the special up? I don't know. It was special set for New Year's next year, right? New Year's Day.
Maybe that's where it's going to be, unless it's going to be midsummer. So once the season,
summer special.
Because remember, it's already done and filmed that special, so they can just play around with the date for it. It's just the next season they've got to work on.
The reason why they're delaying the special is because they're not filming, and they want to have the special to come out, and then hopefully after the special, I guess 10 months later, right, Philip? I guess, or whatever.
Maybe they're going to give you. They want to give you something while you're waiting. So why not just give you something midsummer or just say?
Good evening, it's your vet pet.
Hello, boys. How are you all?
Doing good.
What's going on?
I haven't heard someone say that for a while.
Did you heard that the titles of the last 2 episodes? It's the Ascension of the Cybermen and the Timeless Children.
Yes, of course I have, Joe, and yes,
the real plot.
I have had a conversation with Neil about it, and we both had a minor meltdown.
It's funny how it's called Ascension of the Cybermen when in previous years it's called Rise of the Cybermen. It's the same word, really. Rise of the Cybermen. Age of Steel.
Yeah.
Well, where are they ascending to would be my question.
Where what?
Well, you're going to find out.
Ascending. The word ascending means to ascend somewhere. So where are they ascending to?
Yeah.
Right. They ascend already. How many times when they were on top? So now they're ascending to Roots universe because they're going to blow that shit up now.
No, what's gonna happen in the finale is it turns out it's Chris Chibnall in the pregnant suit, and it'll be like, surprise, it's Moffat and Gators.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh, Matt, you creased me up.
Thank you.
Oh, I love that. He looks so beautiful in that photo.
So I was saying there was a video game, the video game Back to the Future. In case anybody didn't know what happened at the end of the video game of Back to the Future, all these different Marty McFlys show up from different timelines, right? I'm really hoping that this is not the case of the finale where all these women doctors show up. I'm a doctor.
Oh, good
I'm
God.
Yes, I think Maggie Smith, Olivia Colman.
But you know what? What's wrong with that? We've always been used to different doctors showing up in one place. What's the difference?
But like, look, we know the Doctor probably
Well, you're a
regenerated.
wind-up merchant. You know that.
No, I'm not worried though. Because it just feels like he's being sexist. We've had multi-doctor
He's
stories.
not being sexist.
Well,
No, the Doctor is not a title. They said that already in Gallifrey. There was no title of the Doctor. The Doctor chose that name. Gallifreyan don't have a title of the Doctor that people could just take on like 007. No. But anyway, no, that's not the case. And it's the same person. It's not a different person.
Don't worry, it'll be Joanna Lumley and all the other female actors that have played the Doctor in spin-off will turn up.
And she's trying to decide what those little knobs are for.
Resetting.
Yes. I've got that on video.
So is Daniel Craig going to be one of the Doctors too? Nah.
Why not? That'd be cool.
Imagine.
I still actually think we're not going to find out jack crap about it.
We're not going to find nothing. Right.
Well, no. I think it's been said that the timeless child thing is going to be hangover until next time we watch Doctor Who.
Seriously,
you're going to get a little bit of the timeless children, but you're going to get more of about the Simon thing. That's the main crux of the finale.
Yeah.
Wrestling
we'll probably get the time. Yes, don't worry. We'll get Timothy Dalton. He'll turn up as one of the next Doctors in that finale.
Is he going to be riding is he going to be riding on a waterfall or a flood?
No, he's going to be putting his hand in a tree log to see if he can get it bitten. If you can get that, can you guess what that was from?
Say that again.
Oh.
Timothy Dalton will be putting his hand in different holes in a tree log.
Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon.
Well done,
Flash Gordon.
Nice.
Flash Gordon, you're right. I remember now. Yeah.
That's right.
Nice one,
The
Joe.
guy from that was also from Doctor Who.
I'm trying to catch you boys out, that's all.
Willy Wonka and Santa are Time Lords. Yeah, right.
Well,
I can't see the chat.
Oh, okay.
Why not?
You press it.
If I press chat, you lot
you get
disappear.
stopped out, right? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So, look, if you're gonna have another female Doctor, Phoebe Walker-Bridge, please. But I mean, I don't want this to become like a gimmick.
Penelope Cruz or even Halle Berry. Yeah,
right.
Salma Hayek.
Just screw it. Beyonce too, right?
Just picking hot women here, guys.
I don't know.
I heard Elizabeth Banks is available after some film flop she was in.
Well,
Bedazzled.
Anyway, so
let's go a little bit.
Don't you think though it's gimmicky? Like all these women show up and it's gonna all be a line of women only because Chibnall is like sexist.
Oh no, it's a plot twist. It's all the companions and they claim that the Doctor just
Why would the whole line be women exactly? That's like weird.
Well, no.
You could say hello,
Hold on, Matt. Let him talk.
Yeah, go on.
The General. Yes. Remember, she said all of her previous.
Yeah.
All of her previous selves were female. It was only the one for the Time War that was a bloke.
So what if here's the thing, here's a scenario. What if all these 13 Doctors show up and they each get killed one by one, which they can't regenerate? There's like a super paradox.
Oh my God, you really are a hater of women, aren't you? Christ.
I didn't say it. No, I didn't say hate women, but there will be you have all the Doctors in one room. They all get killed where they can't regenerate. There's paradox on top of paradox on top of paradox.
Okay, no, Joe, all they need to do is kill the first one. And then the rest would disappear.
No, but they could be a bunch of bastards like the Great Intelligence, where he went.
Oh my God!
Where he did it painfully, where he went the most recent, adventure all the way back to the first, like where he's like, you're like dying, I'm dying everywhere, I'm dying. And Clara has to jump in there.
Oh my goodness!
Listen, if Clara didn't see it, it's not real. Damn it.
Yeah.
You've been reading
That's
too
the
much
way I
fan
go.
fiction.
If Clara didn't see the Doctor doesn't exist.
You know what?
We'll be like Ruth.
Children. Sorry, Matt. Sorry.
Yeah,
that's fine. I think Joe's been reading too much fan fiction.
Yeah, we all know what happens with people that do fan fiction. I'll ship this.
Hey,
Hey.
I quite like the fan fiction on my Supernatural. It gets quite interesting. But that's beside the point. I think this timeless children thing has nothing to do with the timeless child, because Chid is such a tosser.
Right.
It's the kids from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. That's the real timeless children.
There we go. Yes.
Oh, you mean
them rolling up and
children catcher?
They start doing that little dance.
Yeah, Sasha Dewan is the children's Snatchers regeneration.
Sasha Dewan's going to be in the finale.
It's like, I can believe it. I can believe it.
Maybe
Ruth is going to be in the finale.
Well, it would be an interesting thing to see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why isn't the Cybermen like blasting all the doctors like target practice?
Don't please stop it, man.
What? Just picture this. Someone comes on the scene in dramatic effect. I'm the Doctor. Delete. And oh my God! And this one comes out. It's like target practice. No, but like, listen, how crazy would that be? Or get wiped out.
And then it turns out John Barrowman is the real female Doctor.
It could be like whack-a-mole and shit. It could be like whack-a-mole and shit. They pop their head up, boom, done. Done.
And then you see
Joe, come on. These are just fantasies you just want to see happen.
Listen, what if
and then you see Sean Pertwee roll up in Bessie saying he's the new Doctor?
What if Ruth gets killed by the Cybermen and regenerates, get killed again 13 times in the same episode?
Ooh.
I
think another good fantasy one. I don't think Kids has got the brains to pull that off. Come on.
I think you've been sniffing around Moffat too much.
That's already been done by Big Finish, to be honest. So, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then they'll rip that off then.
Yeah.
I know they've already done that with Mary Shelley coming up.
I just hope with the Cybermen in there, with the doctors in there, with the bullshit doctors in there, and with the companions in there, I hope that the Master has something to do.
I'm worried about Scott. He's all over the place.
I know.
It's walking with Scott Lord.
Let's look at Scott for a second. Wait.
Is he going to talk? Oh, God, he's going to a store. Is he going to rob it?
There we go.
No. They should just call the finale target practice, and each doctor gets like.
Stop that! This isn't the Target novels.
No, you're such
a horrible person.
You are. You're horrible, man.
Excuse me, Philip. So you're the bloke that has been the advocate against Jodie and wants to generate.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a
bloke. Matt Rose.
I've never heard of a bloke wanting to kill a woman 13 times over.
I never said that.
Wow.
It's not a woman. It's not a woman. It's a Time Lord woman.
Baby. She's a man.
It's a Time Lord woman.
It's a time lady woman.
No, it's not Time Lord woman.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Jodie keeps calling herself Time Lord. She won't take the
Time Lord woman.
Well, that means she must still got a dick between her legs.
Because women are good enough to be a lord too. Damn it.
I think they also called the Rani a Time Lord, but nobody bothered with that one.
They just called Doctor Wars.
Yeah, but she was a butch bitch, so she can go.
Whoa!
Whoa! The Rani was really good.
Telling off Joe, and it is the bloke telling Joe off about the lady finale.
The Watcher, Ruth. The Watcher is not Ruth.
Look, Joe, I'm not gonna have a fight with you over the Watcher again. After yesterday, you can have your own
fight with you.
No.
I don't have a fight with you.
No, we didn't fight, but we had a.
There was no fight. We had a what? Don't make it like there's a relationship. There's no relationship. What are you talking about?
ladies and gentlemen, this is a gang war. This is the gang
What the fuck? I don't remember a fight.
Okay. It was an over top discussion about the Watcher.
Over
the top.
This is the last great YouTube war.
Yes, and I heard the comments. They're like, "No, man, he's right. It was yes." Okay.
Oh, you got it now. Okay, cool.
Joe?
I didn't see that box set where the writer of Legopolis is like, "Yeah, that's it." Yeah. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, the battle of the handbags.
I don't have ham. I've got sledgehammers, mate. Let's put it that way.
He was the doctor all the time.
Exactly. There you go.
Why do you sound like He sounds like Pinocchio doing Adric.
Right. I thought I was imitating. Who said that? Nissa? He was the doctor all the time. Yeah, Nissa said that.
Yeah, that's Nissa. He was the doctor all the time. My tits are getting harder.
Hey!
Oh! Demonetized.
Demonetization. That's what we do. Yellow flag this, yellow flag that. Won't make any money. Ooh,
Can I make a side statement about that Ace book? Right, I've been listening to it now. You know what? They've made Yaz very unlikable towards Ace in the book.
Yeah, I heard about that.
They don't get on. And it makes me feel
You can like her because she's an older assistant, isn't it? And she's all like for 9 stuff.
They made Yaz out to be a bit of a bitch. And a bit crafty.
Hey, that was Sophie Aldred who wrote this.
And so in the end, Ace had it out with her. Look, bitch, if you don't like it, you don't have to go.
Wait, can I repeat what we said on that other cast? When it was the doctor and it was the Scorpion Queen with like, bitch. If they had an episode where like Jodie Whittaker called the Master a bitch, that would be like the highest fucking. Chibnall, take notes. That would be the highest fucking ranking episode ever. And if Chibnall was in the episode and got shot by a Cyberman,
and then you hear a shotgun noise, and then it turns out it's Missy with her umbrella.
Right. Missy needs to come back and show everybody who's boss.
We lost
Joe,
stuff.
Joe, did you send an invite to Neil?
Yes, I did.
Cool.
Yes.
He's probably eating, but at least he might show up.
Yeah.
We said there were other female doctors showing up in the finale. We heard rumor.
Yeah, I mean, there's that other rumor about which I'm quite intrigued about with Yaz being actually working for the Master or maybe Gallifrey or something. Because her attitude in this Praxis one was she was very snippy and demanding.
Right.
Not that it's about the most exciting thing that's come out of
the
their mouth.
I can think of is them two are getting the hoist and Bradley Walsh is staying.
I don't see. Here's the thing: where do you guys get that Bradley Walsh will stay, but the other guys will not stay? I don't see that at all.
It's if you watch it, they don't seem to rely on the Doctor.
There's no way that Graham will stay if Ryan's not in the picture.
Yeah, I think it's going to be.
He would stay with his grandson.
It's going to be a clean house, I reckon, for next season.
I would say so, but I heard a rumor that Graham was staying and the other two were going. But these are all rumors.
First of all, it's going to be so late. I know, but it's going to be so late they're filming that they could still be in it.
Yeah, but even
if 22 months, people, probably.
But look at what they're doing now with Graham, though. They're giving him one-liners and little bits of comedy lines. That's not really.
And they're not even funny, are they? I mean, they're terrible. They're not even funny.
Yeah. So that tells me
they've reversed the companions a bit. Last season they were all like developing well. This season, Jodie's developed well, and they've gone all backwards.
Did he get to keep the shoes? The laser shoes.
Oh.
I'll hire him to shoot you with those shoes, mate. But I'm only joking.
No, what somebody should do is go to that event that Tossin calls at and give him the pimp ring engraved, like, here's all the people you've kissed this season.
I wish people would stop calling him tossing. He's not tossing anything. He's toasting.
God.
No, he's tossing your salad.
Yo, what the heck with these references? Scott looks very doctorish right now.
It looks like it's from the 18th century.
Joe, this has nothing to do with me, I can assure you.
Oh, Yvette, you're the mastermind of all this, man. Come on.
Yeah, she's writing lines.
The mad scientist.
Exactly.
All right.
Where
I
does
get the blame every time.
Where there's a mad scientist, there's a broken test tube.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Unfortunately, you didn't break the test tube that Matt was born into, so I'm very disappointed.
So what if somebody said
That's horrible.
Somebody said that. What if the resolution is just totally flat, like just stupid shit, like just.
Oh, don't worry, it'll turn out next season. The Cybermen are overweight.
Like Ruth is not really a doctor; it's all stupid. It's just like whatever.
Or we don't get a resolution at all. Like I said, he's not going to answer. He's going to leave it there.
Right.
No, it won't. It'll turn out. It'll end on the cliffhanger, and you see the master falling down the sewer pipes of Tercerus.
Wait for me. Wait for me.
And then we got to wait till January the 1st next year to find out what happens.
Yeah, and he comes back to ancient and old.
What about the news that the effects people have quit Doctor Who?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Effect?
Yeah, the news that the FX people for Doctor Who have quit the show. They're not going to do anymore. They're not doing it anymore.
When did this happen?
The Mill. Oh, yesterday. I sent you the article about it.
Oh wait, Chibnall wants to save money?
They gone. They quit. Last week's episode was their last job.
This season.
No, last week's episode was their last job.
That's why this episode looks like shit coming up.
Yeah,
who the hell has he got doing special effects?
Hang on, let me go and find the article.
He's not got like cardboard boxes or anything like that, right? Or bubble wrap.
They've been with the show since 2005.
Yeah, they've been
they haven't. These guys have not been. No, these are new people.
Get rid of them.
These special effects people are new people for Series 11.
What, Millennium Effects? They've been around a long time.
No, the people that are working on special effects they were like worked on Blade Runner. They've been there only since Series 11.
Oh, sorry, those ones. Yeah, so Millennium Effects are the prosthetic people. Sorry.
Yeah. Don't give false information, Matt Rose. Now.
Ooh, oh God.
At least I can record your off-air call.
Oh!
Wow. This is getting rough. This is getting rough, man.
It's a trap.
It's a trap, is right.
I've seen that trap.
Right. Wilfred Brimley. Our house. Holy shit.
Stop of fake news.
Diabetes.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Judge Judy pleads not guilty.
So, let's predict the ratings will be phenomenal for 8, 9, and 10. Everybody be like, we're safe. That's good.
It's going to be expected that way, yeah. Because
Doctor Who is saved. Doctor Who will never be destroyed.
Listen, all you need to do when it comes.
I'm sorry, guys, but I don't think they're going to be as good as you guys think they're going to be.
We're good.
So many people have tuned out. They're not coming back just for that.
And all I have to say is, if you're going to do a Dalek trailer for the special, you could do a teaser. All you have to do is say exterminate. You see people running, getting shot, and that's it. That's all you need to see for a teaser.
Yeah.
For special.
Cybermen have been done. People don't want it. You say Dalek, they'll run. They'll get their heels and they come back to Doctor Who.
Right.
Yeah. The problem with the Dalek one is we already know the Dalek gets destroyed.
Well, there was no battle. There was no battle. We didn't battle, Philip.
What are you talking about?
We didn't battle. I'm right in the comment section. We didn't even battle.
I'll
be the shit disturber, man. We didn't battle.
Okay, who's shit? Who's shit stirring? Philip versus Joe.
PC.
Round last
PC, not Peter Capaldi.
Perry shit disturbing now.
No, hang on. I'm reading that article as I speak. The person, as I speak, person in the comment thing. Let me just read it again.
You stay where you are and bring your mother, as Joe always says.
I know nothing about mothers. Right. News. Millennium Effects have announced that the latest episode, Praxis, is their final contribution to Doctor Who. After 15 years...
Yeah, that's them, the prosthetic people.
After 15 years, we'll no longer provide the prosthetics or costume design for the show any longer. No reason has been given.
Right.
Well, that's funny, because I just met Millennium Effect a couple of weeks ago, before Christmas.
Right.
But no info as who's taking over from then on.
Oh, Neil.
That means
hey, what's up, Neil?
Hey, Neil.
Hello.
Wonder where you were.
I only just saw the link, so I didn't realise you were doing one. I just saw the link.
What's going on?
Yeah, not bad. You?
All right. Better. The stream is working today, so that's good.
You're not getting kicked out every 5 minutes tonight, then?
No. That's good.
This chat has gone down the potty since Joe's been on.
So we heard rumors that multiple doctors are going to show up in the finale. That's like the ending of the Back to the Future video game with all the Martys showing up. I mean, how do you think that's going to go? If that's true, I mean that's.
If I know Chibnall, like I think I know Chibnall, they'll all be women,
right?
And they'll all be the most outrageous-looking women you can possibly find, probably, because he won't care about it being a mixed bag. It will go down his agenda of this 13 doctors that were all women before the men one, probably.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the whole timeless children thing's a bit of an interesting one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it because I mean the whole what I thought the timeless child was originally was going to be something to do with the past of the Doctor's, not past of the Doctor's life, but like the the story of the Other, which is like a previous incarnation of the Doctor.
Yeah,
yeah. I thought the timeless child was going to be something like that, but now we have timeless children,
which I think is the Master and the Doctor.
You think it's both of them? Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
don't you think it's a little crowded though?
Otherwise, why else would the Master be so pissed off that he would go about doing what he did to Gallifrey? So he's part of that situation as well as the Doctor was. That's why they're children. So the pair of them are not of Gallifrey. They're not of Gallifrey. They're from somewhere else. And they were.
Don't you think it's a little crowded though? Everybody showing up in the finale, like that's a lot of tons of Cybermen, Master, Doctor, companions, Ruth.
When you do, yeah, but when you do a finale, you go big. You go big with a finale. You don't do little.
Well, you're supposed to go big, but do they know how to handle big? Because a lot of times we've seen that. No, a lot of times we've seen the second part fall flat, though. I mean, Dark Water was great, and then the follow-up was like, all right, the Cybermen are here to do the Macarena and dance for you for happy birthday, Mr. President. Like, what?
The Macarena?
Yeah, that was Muppet. This is Chibnall now. This is Chibnall's baptism on fire to see whether he can handle finales. So let's see how
Chibnall copying and pasting finales?
Doesn't matter though. If you can do a good job of it, that's all. It's all well and good.
Well, let's face it. Anything's better than what he did for the end of the last series. So
what's he writing? I can't read that.
What's that say? Spyfall.
I can see Spyfall 2.
Yeah, Spyfall 2. Spyfall 2 stinks.
We're playing Whovian charades. Okay. I know you got to work, Scott. It's okay. You could, if you wanted to drop off, you could drop off.
He's Scott at work.
He's gonna eat.
He's at work before. Wow.
I know he's gonna eat and he's gonna go to work. Yeah, I know, dude. It's okay.
What's in your closet that we haven't seen yet?
That's a bit of a Michael Myers up there, isn't it?
We'll talk later privately about that, yeah?
So where's the Master's TARDIS? Did she just leave it for him to just pick up?
Well, where was the last time we saw it? In
she used it. Jodie used it.
Was it in France, or did she use it?
I don't know where she put it. Where did she park it?
She
had to park it near her TARDIS.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's another thing. Here it is. You know he's a villain. Why would you give him the means to time travel to kill people? Like, you're gonna just leave his TARDIS there so he can just pick it up?
Well, to be honest, most TARDISes only answer to their owners. To be honest, isomorphic, so she wouldn't be able to use it anyway.
She did use it. She flew it. She went. She looked at his browsing history. She went all over the place.
Oh yeah, but she was. Yeah, that was
from the 18th century. She flew it back.
He flew it all over the place.
And he had to walk. He had to live 77 years or whatever, didn't he? And he walked back in.
And he frees himself the exact moment where he's supposed to be. Right.
Time Lords can do that. That's what they call Time Lords. So.
It's one of those things that we're not supposed to think about, isn't it? All the little things that are off screen, and it's like, I wonder what happened to that. But
I'll tell you later.
Yeah. So we're gonna be. So here it is. We have a finale that's not going to be resolved, but then can't be resolved because while they have a moment to breathe and get a coffee, someone says exterminate, and then it's over. So like that's going to be interesting. You go from one massive war with like a 3-part basic Cyberman thing to exterminate with the Daleks. I mean, that's going to be boom craziness.
I've seen an article. I can't find it again now, but I saw an article from the Radio Times earlier on that apparently Chibnall said something along the lines of they're all going to be split up again in the first part. So it's going to be the Doctor and the companions are not together again. Yet another example
of the lone Cyberman.
Yeah. So
like she has to face a lone Cyberman alone. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's another example of the filming problems, isn't it? I reckon. Because if they keep doing the sort of separate stuff, and Jodie's filming on her own, and the companions were filming on their own. Because at the end of the filming, we knew they were doing a load of reshoots, and the only ones we saw ever out on location were the companions.
Yeah, Bradley Walsh was not with Jodie. He was with Mandip Gill and I think Toss and Cole, right?
Yeah. So it seems to be.
More shoehorned in bits, I expect.
It could well be. It could well be more shoehorned bits. Yeah.
All right, so let me pose a question to you, Neil. You're the showrunner. You're Chris Chibnall, and now you have to go to this expo with Jodie Whittaker, and you have to woo them about Series 13. So, what could you put in Series 13 that's gonna be like, woo?
Now, do you want the answer? Do you want the answer as if I was actually Chris Chibnall, or do you want my answer? What I would say.
Well, first I want your answer as Chris Chibnall. Then I want your answer as yourself.
Woo people for Series 13. I think I would have to. I would have to say something along the lines of everything's going to make sense in Series 13 because so far it hasn't. But I'm not sure that would woo that many people, to be honest.
I would say space for everyone because we've not been to space yet, so let's do that for next season.
Well, wasn't the tagline already for this series supposed to be space for all?
Space for all, yeah.
Yeah. Well, as you've just said, when have they been in space much this season?
It's probably about equality, not about the space travel.
Yeah. But I'm guessing as a play on words, you would think in a sci-fi series you would expect to see them in space for a short time.
So who is Chibnall bringing back to Series 13 that's going to be announced with this expo?
He's gonna mention Jack again, I would think, because that's a definite. Because it did boost, although not a lot, it did boost the ratings a little bit. And I think if he was actually billed as being back in it properly for Series 13, then that would help his rating.
Yeah, Because the whole of Twitter went bonkers. They all wanted him to come back.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say that River Song is gonna be back next year.
Oh, please no.
Well,
I'm gonna say
River Song and Jack are just doing Big Finish, aren't they?
Yeah. They're gonna do it together.
And apparently he gave it away in the video that he got his vortex manipulator back recently off of her.
Okay. Right.
So he did a rumble in the jungle and ripped off her vortex manipulator.
Yeah, because it was mentioned in that episode with Dorium that he just got it off the hands of a fresh time agent, and it was implied it was Jack.
You know, I'd not thought about that as to why he'd still got one, because he was wearing it in Fugitive of the Judeo.
Yeah, so the one that River's been wearing is his one.
Well, technically, River has one, Missy has one, Clara has one. Right?
Philip has one.
Was Clara supposed to be from the Black Archive? Yeah,
so
she got it from the Black Archives. Yeah.
But it was also from Jack. That was the problem. They mentioned they got it from him.
Yeah, I thought that one was supposed to be Jack's, but Jack's from when in his timeline, I suppose. It could have been from way in the future.
I mean, how many times do these people keep nicking that vortex manipulator off of him?
It's not the same vortex manipulator. There's like an intergalactic target or something. Or like supermarket. It is by the friggin'. Like everybody and their mother has a vortex manipulator. It's like
they all seem to get it from one person.
If it is supposed to be the same one, they're sort of coming back to this Bill and Ted thing, aren't they? Where it's going to have to be put back every time somebody's used it. Otherwise, it's never going to be there.
Next season, Captain John Hart's one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, John Hart's got one as well. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure I actually liked the vortex manipulators when they came up with the idea.
Yeah.
It was alright for Jack, but then everyone had it.
It did seem to be that they were cropping up everywhere.
It's a bit lazy for them to give one to Missy anyway, because when she got out of Gallifrey, she should have had a TARDIS there and then anyway. So why she's using them?
No, I think that Moffat has been cheap on the.
Good, Matt.
I think it was Moffat being cheap on the budget, because though it's aware that Tim had a TARDIS, we didn't see his one. We've only just seen it now with this big flying house from the Wizard of Oz.
Well, Missy had it since the Witch is Familiar. She had Vortex Manipulator.
No, the TARDIS, their TARDIS.
No, I'm talking about Missy has a Vortex Manipulator since Magician's Apprentice, Witch is Familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the first time. That's the first time we saw her with one, anyway. Definitely, I think.
Right.
I don't know whether was it actually explained whether she had TARDIS or Vortex Manipulator when she first appeared in Capaldi's first. Capaldi's first.
She had something that she kept popping in and out of the Nemosphere.
That's right.
But that's not a Vortex Manipulator.
I'm trying to think back to the effect, whether it was the same as. I think it was it?
I think it was the Vortex Manipulator, because when she got blasted by the Brigadier, the blast absorbed.
That was supposed to be the theory as to why she didn't die, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay.
It absorbed the vortex. And it was explained in the Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar, that Capaldi did the same. Well, one of the doctors didn't say it was Capaldi, but they showed it as Capaldi, that when the Dalek shot him, he used the Vortex Manipulator to absorb the blast to get out of there.
Yeah.
So a Dalek gun can't kill you if you have the Vortex Manipulator on. But
if you wire it the right way to absorb the energy, yes.
But in theory,
guys, I'll be right back.
Okay, in my theory, when the Master shot Missy, it absorbed most of the impact. He didn't know she had one arm, but she still had to regenerate.
Yes.
Locked regeneration.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Why?
It's a contentious issue.
But he didn't know she had it.
He must know.
Blast. He didn't know.
Well, it's certainly
he wouldn't know. He has a vortex.
He spent enough time in her. He spent enough time in her company to know that she's got something on her wrist. Come on, man. You're not that blind.
He wasn't paying attention to her wrist.
Oh, no, that's a cop out.
No, he was paying attention to something else in that little scene.
Oh, when he was touching her up and saying, "Oh, I love you." Yeah.
But just imagine. You imagine they were joking about that. You imagine if they would have had it that the Master and Missy had a bit. That's like super paradox.
That's what Game of Thrones incest.
Same person, like
doing a do.
Right, that'd be crazy.
Oh God,
yeah,
no.
they nearly went Game. They nearly went Game of Thrones on that.
With Doctor Who, actually, that'd be too sick.
All right, so here's off topic. I don't want to go in that direction. Yeah. So now something has to happen in the finale to just show that they're safe. Like they move right on to the special. I mean, are we going to establish that the Cybermen are going to be back now, rebuilding their fleet? Like they showed their force, they got the fleet, they ran away or something. I mean, but then they're saying that the Cybermen don't run away; they keep coming at you till they're done.
Well, this article I've read in the Radio Times says it's going to be set around the end of the Cyber War, isn't it?
So it's not
it depends on what Cyber War. Are you talking about the Vogel War, the Glitter Wars?
Well, no, with between the humans and Cybermen.
That would entail Attack of the Cybermen, if you think about it.
But let's say for modern Who's sake, they might just do the Army of Ghosts Doomsday one.
What the fuck?
Is Warwick going to be in it? Like, he's the Emperor, right? Was he? No, was he? What is he called?
What a cyber
controller. Cyber controller.
Oh no, the guy that was the leader of the humans. What is he called? Is he the Emperor? Not the Emperor.
Leader of the humans.
Warwick Davis.
Who? What?
Warwick Davis.
Warwick Davis.
Oh, he was like a king. Was it king or was it? Or
it was with Clara. Like it was the Nightmare Silver. He was.
Yeah, I know what you mean now. Yeah. The other one was just checking to see what he was called.
Well, anyway, the leader of the human, he defeated them. Obviously,
he was supposed to be like the. I think you're right. I think it was supposed to be Emperor or something.
Emperor or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that planet when the Cybermen invaded.
I forgot he was in that. Christ.
That's why I was confused for a minute because I'd forgotten he was in that. But yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
It was called Porridge in Doctor Who television story Nightmare and Silver.
Yeah.
Porridge. Oh, that was his disguise character.
It was Porridge.
Yes, yeah. That was his disguise character, wasn't it? He was actually as Joe said, the Emperor or something, or.
He still wants to come back.
But that's actually his build name.
Right.
Warwick's available to come back to Doctor Who. He'll rise to Star Wars roles if you want him to.
Yeah, I'm sure Warwick will.
He would dress like an Ewok if Chibnall had told him.
Jesus.
I was just seeing if I could find anything about that episode to see what it said he was, but
like I said, he's an encyclopedia, isn't he, guys?
Well, not on everything. More on classic. I tend to have to look up things in New Who.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Joe will eat the Sonic Banana while partying with Mary Shelley.
Oh my God. Peanut, Joe, Peanut.
Joe's exactly right. He was the Emperor.
Yes.
Emperor Porridge?
As I say, Porridge was his disguise, wasn't it? He was sort of just playing somebody called Porridge.
But he was neglecting.
His real name was Emperor Porridge Teen. There you go. For copyright reasons, they couldn't say that.
That was the one on the moon.
What about the next episode? Is anybody excited about the next episode or no? Are they trying to do like?
What? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You know what I am? I am. I mean, I'm looking forward to all the episodes from this point onwards because they need to ramp it up now. So,
Is something supposed to happen in this episode?
I can't imagine there'll be a great deal.
I think it's just going to be a filler.
Yeah, Chibnall's not writing it, is he?
No, this one he's co-writing again with Charlie. James.
With Charlie James.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, something definitely is going to be in this.
I mean, basically the last 3 episodes. Well, Can You Hear Me, Praxeus, and Fugitive of the Jadoon, get my teeth in, weren't supposed to be written by Chibnall. They were all individually written. First, Jadoon one was Vinay Patel. The Jadoon one was Vinay Patel. Peter McTeague was Praxeus, and Charlene James was Can You Hear Me? And now he's credited as co-writing all 3 of those.
Yeah.
Wow. So he did 1, 2. He didn't do 3. Did he do 4 with Nikola Tesla?
No, that was Nina Mativier.
Right, so he didn't do 3 and 4, but he did every single episode of Doctor Who now, basically. Right?
I think out of 10 episodes, I think he's credited on 7 of them.
I think he's done 7 or 6, 6 or 7. Yeah.
I think he just had
one, is he?
Spyfall 1 and 2, he was definitely as the main writer. Fugitive of the Jadoon, that's 3. Praxeus 4. Can You Hear Me 5. And then Ascension of the Cybermen and Timeless Children.
Episode 8, 9, and 10 he's doing?
No, Maxine Alderton's the only one.
For 8.
That one.
Alone Cybermen.
Yeah.
All right, so he's doing 9 and 10 and the special.
See, 8's called The Haunting of Villa Diodata.
Right.
Whatever that's supposed to be.
It's a great mouthful, that one, isn't it?
Well, is it just me, or is Chibnall literally trying to come up with episode titles that somebody can't pronounce? Is he waiting? Is he just trying to get one somebody can't pronounce?
Right. Which that's why you'll never see. Oh, I love that episode.
Right. They say that Ian Gilder's character is called Zelling. Zellin. Zellin.
Which one's that in?
Ian Gilder, the next one.
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? And they say...
I keep telling you we can hear you.
He's separate, isn't he, to the Remnant character for some reason.
Not related to Remnants.
And they're saying that the creepiest thing about that episode is Ian Gelling's fingers. Watch out.
Yo, saw that in the trailer, those fingers.
Yeah.
That's it.
2, Freddy's come. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the hand scuttles across the table like a spider.
So basically, Doctor Who goes horror about the gore.
Like Adam said. And there's like a man oversized
It's the monsters. Come on. It's the monsters.
Right.
With the hand.
What the monster? Freddy Monster.
No, you remember they had a hand that helped about.
Yeah, the hand all by itself, little hand.
Yeah.
It was called Fingers. Yeah.
Oh, Fingers, yeah.
Yeah, Ting. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh dear God.
I know.
I don't remember it in the new film being called Ting.
Does anybody have the Doctor Who video game?
No, Thing is in THING. It's the Thing.
I know, but you said Ting like an Irish.
Nobody has a Doctor Who video game?
Which one?
No, I still wanted to.
No?
My only thing I wouldn't like is seeing the weeping angels in the horror setting like that. I would turn it off.
The last video game I played about Doctor Who was during Matt Smith's run. I didn't even know.
Oh, the gunfire powder and all that.
Yeah,
that's the one.
With the Cyberman one, the Rutan one.
Yeah, you got the castle on it. Yeah.
What was the other one before that? There was another one.
Is there actually a new one out now?
And there's the Vastra Narada.
Oh yeah, the Vastra Verada, whatever they're called. There's a new one.
I love that episode.
Yeah.
I had to say that because, to be honest, guys, I don't play any video games because I haven't got the bleeding time to.
Right.
So, is there actually a new video game out then?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's a
You have
VR where you get
VR for PlayStation. Yes.
Yeah, where you get to be you're her companion for it.
Yes. Which the kids have the VR. I don't have it here. So.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, you get to fight you're fighting the Daleks and the Weeping Angels in it.
Yeah. I'm still pretty out of date on consoles. My kids have got the PS4 and the Xbox One, but I'm still out of date, and mine's only a PS3 and an Xbox.
I like the idea of flying the TARDIS, but I don't want to see those stone statues on my HD TV again.
They need to make a PlayStation 4 game, but just not VR, just regular.
I tell you what, it amazes me that over the amount of years that Doctor Who's been going now, fair enough, not in the early years, but why is it we have never had an all-round decent video game that everybody can play?
Correct.
We've had all these. I mean, the first one I remember was Destiny of the Doctors, I think it was, which was on the PC back in
with the man with Anthony Ainley, right?
Anthony Ainley. And then, as I say, there's been stupid.
There was a Game Boy. It was a DS game or something. It was a Matt Smith DS game, right? But it's always been a gimmicky game.
Yeah, there's never been. I mean, what I would like to see a proper real world game, something like Grand Theft Auto in Doctor Who.
Correct.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Where instead of it being like there was a Capaldi one, but you had to buy the Lego set, you had to buy this, you had to buy that. It wasn't just a simple. You had to spend hundreds of dollars or whatever it was.
Lego Dimensions thing.
Just to get right. Yeah. I never did that. But like just a simple, not simple, but great graphics, PlayStation 4. You go in the TARDIS. It's like a 3D going around. You know, you meet the companion, solving puzzles. Have the sonic screwdriver.
I'm amazed they've never made one. But
yeah, I quite fancy this new VR one. If you're playing the companion to Jodie, I'd spend all the time killing the Doctor.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I don't think there's no Ryan, Yaz, or Graham. It's just you and her.
I saw something again today. Somebody had posted something on Dan from the Facebook group, and it was.
I read that.
The thing about the merchandising not being available at all the cons and things like that, and apparently out of 20 different things he went to, he found one stand selling a load of Doctor Who stuff, and they told him on that stand that nobody wants Jodie merchandise. They only want classic or previous Doctors merchandise.
Yeah.
Wow. That's damning. That's very damning.
That is damning.
Now, obviously, I don't know how much truth there is in it, but that's not the first time I've heard that. He's right back when the series started in 2018. Was it? When did Jodie first start? Yeah, 2018. Yeah. Somebody on the official Doctor Who group on Facebook said they knew somebody who worked at conventions, and they said exactly the same thing, that all the previous Doctor stuff still sells, classic series stuff still sells, Jodie stuff doesn't sell.
No. Yeah, my sister was at Manchester Comic Con, and she was chatting with a couple of the vendors, and she said they don't even bother bringing any of the new stuff because it just sits there. But all the classic stuff is still flying out.
Right.
I mean, some of those B&M sets that they did, because we've got, I don't know whether they got them in the States, but we've got a group of stores called B&M, which are discount stores, and then they had a license with
the figures, don't they?
They've got an actual dedicated license with character options to do certain sets, and they did some classic series. Peter Davison with his TARDIS. They did.
They've done a few big finish sets.
Say again, Matt.
They've done a few big finish sets.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, but they also did some Jodie screwdrivers and some Jodie dolls, and they were still on the shelves when everything else had sold out.
They're not moving right now.
They had the Peter Davison during the Caves of Andrew.
So lonely right now. She's very lonely. She's very lonely. She hasn't got any friends.
That's the one.
She's got plenty of Doctor friends coming. It's gonna be the Doctor She-Force hour. It's gonna be the finale. Check it out.
There you go. She's gonna regenerate now.
Space for all female doctors in the finale.
Oh, yeah.
Baby.
I really wouldn't be surprised if he introduces as many female ones as he can.
Hang on. What was that, Jodie? I'm not really the Doctor. It's Joe Martin. I'm a fake. There you go.
I'll say one thing, that if it was Joe Martin, she did a better job than Jodie.
Yeah,
she did
I'm sorry. She did. She kicked off.
She was amazing. I gotta say, you can't hate on the episode because she was really great. It's just
she definitely commanded the role. I believe she was the Doctor.
She was more doctorish in that 5 or 10 minutes she was on screen than Jodie's been in 2 years.
Right, and keep in mind, there were a time where Peter Davison's Doctor took a gun and shot Omega, get the F out of my face type of thing.
Oh, well,
it did happen. He stabbed, the star of Adric in the Cyberman's heart. I mean, if he had to get busy.
If he has to, he will do it.
I never forget. What story was it? The Seeds of Doom or something, or the Seeds of Death, when Tom Baker twisted that man's neck, and he was like, "Oh, look."
Look at Brandon Morbius. He put the gas in there that killed the scientist.
Yeah,
it's always his death. It would killed him.
To be fair, it's always a last resort for the Doctor.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah,
but
it's a bit like Batman. He likes to give you the choice, and if it goes too far, then it goes too far.
Yeah. I mean, Peter Davison did it again in Resurrection of the Daleks.
Yeah,
the canisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the guy that's threatened Davros and stolen his chair.
Yes.
Yeah. It does happen. I mean, it's not something he chooses to do. I mean, just look how many times it took David Tennant to keep spinning round and either point the gun at the Time Lords or the Master, or the Time Lords or the Master.
Will you? Won't you? Will you? Won't you? That was exactly what was going on for that one.
Right.
Yeah. So he wrestles with his conscience when it comes to things like that normally. But
it would be nice if we get a finale that doesn't have the Daleks, the Cybermen, the Master, in any of that order, or together or mixed or whatever. I know when they did the Great Intelligence and it fell flat, but just have maybe a finale with the Centaurans, or do the Sea Devil finale or something.
Yeah,
I get
Warriors, Ice Warrior finale.
Yeah,
I mean, have a nice story where they just team up with a companion that they haven't seen for years.
Yes, Katie Manning, bring her back next season. Bring the Ice Warriors in for Series 13, please.
Somebody actually said to Katie Manning on Twitter that they thought she should have shown up in this Praxeus episode.
Right.
So did I. Yes, I said, well.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I forgot about that because she's an ecologist and all that.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Grant's supposed to be a serious eco warrior.
Yeah, I was expecting her at the start of the episode all chained up, and then the Doctor comes and frees her, like, "Oh, come on, love, we got work to do."
Tegan Javanka would be nice.
Oh, I miss her.
Tegan Javanka, show up with Jodie's Doctor. That'd be great. That'd be great.
I suppose so. I mean, I'm not. I liked. I don't get me wrong. I liked Tegan. It was just that I don't think she fits in what Doctor Who is now.
Well, Matt Smith's Doctor. Remember that episode?
Matt Smith's Doctor.
Yes.
You mentioned Tegan in the.
Oh yes. Yes.
That was the one where they were all in Yorkshire with Clara with that sweet one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, gang. I think we're gonna head out today. Gonna go out. Philip, if anything occurs, we get some crazy Doctor Who news, let me know. Stuff gets dropped at any time. We don't know. When is the expo? Next week?
Oh, I don't know, to be honest. It's somewhere soon. I think it's in March, actually.
Oh, it is in March when the series is done. That's why.
Yeah.
When series 12 is done.
Well, that makes sense. It makes sense. They wouldn't do it
finishes
before.
on the 1st. Yeah. So they'll do it on what? They'll do it that week. I mean, look, I'm expecting him to say Ice Warriors, River Song, Centaurans. He's got to throw some names out there because they got to look at the ratings and see where the ratings were, and if the classic monsters and new Who monsters getting high ratings, Weeping Angels, whatever, they got to put them in next season. You can't just have it can't be a copy of Series 11 because that failed.
Yeah.
And you got to do what worked this season and magnify.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, all of 13 spin-off material right now, that game, her comics, they're all featuring the Weeping Angel.
Weeping Angel's got to appear.
Yeah,
I like the Weeping Angels.
I think the Weeping Angels.
Pairing her with them off screen, so it makes you wonder why they're doing it off and not bringing them on.
You know what? The problem with the Weeping Angels is they've already done as much as they can with them. What else can you do with them?
Well, Moffat was willing to relinquish the Weeping Angels for Neil Gaiman to do it when he was free, but then things changed. He was going to do it. He was going to do a whole either 1 or 2 part Weeping Angel thing. So
and he said he welcomes anybody to write for them to make it scary.
You can see the Weeping Angels appear. Yeah.
They're certainly the best monster that's been introduced in New Who, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, totally.
The only thing that ruined it was their second appearance when their heads were all twisting.
I found that creepy, though, Matt. I found that very creepy.
Now, lots of people said it lost their fear factor when you could see them move.
I've got to admit, when they appeared in Blink, it was better to not see them move and just have the sort of flash scenes where they look like they're getting closer and things like that.
Oh yes, that was scary.
But I get the context of why their heads were moving, because it was supposed to be.
It took me 14 years to look at a statue again.
I would do Madame Kavarian should appear, because she was never really explained how she traveled in time, why she devoted her life to
that's done.
Why?
It's been done.
How could that be done if they mention the Alliance when the Pandorica opens?
She's died twice, man.
What?
She's died so many times now, Kavarian.
That's an alternate universe. That's not the real universe.
She's died with Peter Davison. She's died with it. It's happened all along.
Maybe she's a Time Lord.
Yeah.
Hello, 101.
Oh, that showcase thing is mid-February.
That's this month
before the series is finished.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get out of here.
Surprises me.
What's that, Yvette?
I said that surprises me. They're doing it before the end.
Yeah.
Mid-February is coming up, the 15th and 16th.
Showrunner Chris Chibnall and 13th Doctor Jodie Whittaker will discuss the legacy and future of the quintessential British Time Lord at the centre of the television show Doctor Who in a scripted session held at the 2020 BBC Studios Showcase mid-February.
Why would they do it? That's stupid.
But what's he going to do? Discuss that he's destroyed the legacy of Doctor Who?
He can't reveal anything. He can't reveal anything.
No, it'll probably be him saying that he's going to dress as Rassilon and say that I'm going to be the next one.
He's probably going to just announce, he's probably going to say, look, we got some stuff coming up in Series 13 without giving away the storyline, right? Probably say that will get wrapped up, the Timeless Child. We'll probably see Captain Jack. We'll probably see...
Hang on. It says, I'll give you a bit more. It says BBC Studios Showcase is an invitation-only event in Liverpool where BBC Studios sales clients and production partners see previews of BBC Studios programs, meet actors, creatives, and decision makers, and are treated to a lavish evening events.
So they're not going to make it public.
And the last time they did one was for Series 11. When Series 11 was still in production ahead of October 7th, 2018 series premiere. That was the last time they did one.
Apparently some news leaked from that last
time. Just before you go, what's your opinion of Picard so far?
I only saw the first episode. I haven't seen 2 or 3.
Right.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm enjoying it so far, yeah. It's certainly not, Discovery was not great.
Right.
But I think the Picard one has actually has been a lot better. Obviously, it's only 2 episodes in, so, but
Connor wants to come in, right? Okay, hold on. We'll have him come in and then we'll get out, okay?
Okay.
Hey, Connor.
What's the point in having me come in if you're going to get out? I mean,
I wanted to be polite because I want, I have to go. Yeah. But you have the floor. What do you want to say?
I didn't want to say anything. I just wanted to come in.
Oh my God!
All right. While you're here, do you think anything is going to happen in the 7th episode that's going to be related to the Timeless Child, or
no, I think it's going to be like a listen sort of story where it's just like a psychological, whatever you want to call it, thriller, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not. His character isn't like the Black Guardian or anything. He's like someone completely different. It's just like an interpretation of the Bogeyman.
Oh, is this actually the one where this guy they reckon they was tipping it to be the Black Guardian? Then this, can you hear me?
Whoa, back up! I just read what you wrote somewhere, Connor, about they're stealing stuff from the final game.
Well, yeah. Apparently, there's a theory that they're going to use the Master and Doctor being siblings.
Oh, God damn it!
Yeah, do you remember the John Pertwee? Yeah, do you remember the John Pertwee? The idea of the John Pertwee and Roger Delgado last story. They're going to be.
Weren't they going to do that for the 8th Doctor thing? That was like if they went to a season.
Was it called the final game? Was it?
Yeah, it was the final game. You're right.
I've heard rumors like that before that they were going to turn out to be.
But that ruins the whole thing because they were best friends at some point. Now you can make it like they're like siblings. That's
you can be siblings and best friends.
Yeah,
but they said his father had estates. The Master's father had estates, or something, was rich in Gallifrey, and
I suppose
they had different estates. They had different estates.
I suppose it doesn't change their history too much, because even if they find out that they are siblings, it doesn't change. Siblings can still hate each other, I suppose.
Yeah,
and I've had this sort of running battle across the centuries, but it doesn't change a lot. But it's just like, I mean, if they're doing stuff like that, it's just like,
I don't think it's a good idea at all.
Well,
it's just like trying to find things to do.
Oh, it's you know why it's not a good idea, because makes it too simple. Like they're complex. They're now you're making it where it's like, oh, I hate you because you're my brother. Stupid shit.
Well, no,
I hate you because you're my
whatever you fancy.
Hold on.
It actually technically complicates it because we've seen them kiss and shit before. So it's kind of like
weird.
Yeah,
it's a bit weird.
It complicates it.
That's it.
Doctor Who wins that.
What about now? What do you think will happen in the finale, Connor? You think?
I just think it will be a massive like Cyberman story,
and they'll be on top again, right?
The thing is that what I don't want is the Master to be in charge of the Cybermen.
Again,
I was going to say,
like a million times.
He might be, and he might be the reason why Gallifrey looks the way it does at the moment, because he told the Cybermen to block.
What is the obsession with having Cybermen in the finale all of a sudden? I don't see why.
From Chibnall's point of view, it's because he thinks because it's worked successfully before. He thinks that's why he's doing it.
He's not obsessed with the Dalek finales. Moffat was obsessed with the Cybermen. Now Chibnall's obsessed with the Cybermen.
Yeah. Well, the Cybermen appeared in a lot of finales, so I mean, like they just stop being pasting.
I think they need to go for a new returning villain. It's not
agree. An Ice Warriors 2-part finale, or a Sontaran, purebred, 8-foot-tall,
make the potato ones menacing again.
Make the Sontaran smart and intelligent.
Definitely Sontarans I could go with. I actually quite like the Sontarans.
Or the Autons. That have been needing to come back for God knows how long.
Yeah. And the Sea Devils too.
The last time, I think the last time the Autons appeared was with Smith.
I assume that you heard the story about Millennium FX.
Yeah. Well, I would tell them about that. Yeah.
Apparently that was to do with the Sea Devils.
That was supposed to be a Sea Devil one?
Because they made loads of Sea Devil outfits to use in that episode. And then no.
And they didn't use
them? There you go.
That makes sense when they got there.
So wait, why did they make it and then not use it?
Because I missed something there then?
Hold on.
Because Chibnall then came in on Mateig's script and rewrote it.
And said, but you didn't want them.
But they just made all those things in the Sea Devils. Why not just put them in there? That's stupid.
I don't know. Orders.
we've only talked about this today, haven't we? That whole episode would have been so much better if the Sea Devils had been involved.
So he wasted all that money, them crafting and building the suits for the Sea Devils, and he says, "No, I don't want it."
It's not even necessarily him. It was Millennium FX that wasted all that money.
Yeah, exactly, because they got to get the money for the materials.
But they would have had to just got the okay to make the Sea Devils. They're not going to just make Sea Devils if they don't know they're going to appear.
They probably were given the green light and was told, nope, nope, nope.
So that basically proves what I said earlier on then, that originally these last 3 episodes, the Doom 1, Praxeus and Can You Hear Me, were all originally written without Chris Chibnall's involvement, and he jumped in, changed all the bloody scripts, changed the essence of the bloody episodes by the look of it.
And that explains all the reshoots and why they went so over time. And we're going to see more shoehorned in bits that Chibnall's stuffed in now.
What's that famous word? Chaos in Cardiff.
Chaos, it is interesting that he's co-written all these episodes in a row. That's unheard of.
It's very unusual.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he only co-wrote 1 last year, I think.
But didn't Moffat do that with Zygon episode? He started doing that.
He did that quite a bit in Series 9, but they were never in a row, and he never did 6 in a row either.
Right.
No, he only did. I mean, he did 3 in Series 8 that he co-wrote.
Right.
Which
Bruce Chibnall has no faith in his writers.
If I remember rightly, it was Into the Dalek, which I wasn't overly happy with that episode anyway.
Oh, I hated that one.
Time Heist and The Caretaker, those are the ones he co-wrote in Series 8. And then he only co-wrote 2 in Series 9. Stop thinking I'm saying Series 9.
Who's that? Somebody's got stuff in the background. So.
No, my phone thought I said Siri.
It's Siri.
And it was 2 in the next one. So that was the Girl Who Died, he co-wrote on, and the Zygon Inversion, but he didn't have anything. The weird thing is, he didn't have anything to do with the Zygon Invasion, which was the one before. But then he jumped on in the Zygon Inversion. But okay. And then he only co-wrote 1 in Capaldi's last season, which was Pyramids at the End of the World.
Mm.
But Chibnall, again, only did 1 last year that he co-wrote, which was Rosa.
Right.
But this time, it's, as Connor's just said, it's so unusual to do 3 in a row. And I knew a few weeks ago they'd released, well, actually, I think it was longer than that they'd released the names of the writers of Judoon, Praxeus, and Can You Hear Me? And I think they'd been released actually quite a while ago. And Chibnall's name wasn't on them then.
No, he was added later.
Yeah. So, I mean, we know
with all those episodes. I'm telling you.
The thing is, we also know back as far as
no faith in his writing staff.
But back as far as Russell T Davies, we know that Russell T Davies used to interfere with scripts because he did it to Chibnall. 42, I think, was the most prominent one. He had to get involved and change that one because he didn't like what Chibnall was doing with it. But he didn't put his name on the writing credits. He just basically told Chibnall, change it.
RTD was a funny one because I remember reading the writer's tale, and he has a list of writers that he knows not to kind of step on the toe. So I think it was it Mark Gatiss, who was one of them, Moffat, Matthew Greenhorn, who only did 1 episode, I can't remember which one he did. Paul Cornell was another one of them. And there was another one. But Russell had a very small group of people that he knew he could trust to get. Like, apparently, from what I've heard from production, Mark Gatiss is the best at getting a script out quicker.
Well, Mark Gatiss is definitely a true Whovian. He's a big fan, has been for a long time. Interestingly, Russell T Davies only ever co-wrote 2 stories through his entire run, and it was Planet of the Dead and Waters of Mars.
Very good stories too.
He did help write them, but he never took credit for them.
Well, I was going to say there's only 2 that he ever credited himself as co-writing. So, but because that, I think, I can understand him interfering with
Yeah.
Story.
I think the most prominent case of I call it interference in RTD's era was Fires of Pompeii, which he rewrote. That was actually his script, but he put it under I can't remember. Was it James Moran?
James Moran.
Yeah, who wrote that? He put it under his name because James Moran came up with I think it was either going to be that or it was going to be the Doctor goes to a history museum. Right. No, sorry, it was going to be Gatius's episode, and he goes to a history museum and he fights Nazis. That was too ambitious for the time, and then James Moran wrote Fires of Pompeii originally, the very first draft, and that was that was like high budget. That was like a movie where you had Mount Vesuvius exploding and Pompeii getting wiped out and all that stuff. So. Not Moffat. RTD had to come in and just rewrite it all.
Yeah.
If you want to really get behind the scenes of like the writing of the series, I think the writer's tale is the best source because there's a ridiculous amount of information there.
Did Moffat ever do one too, or no?
No, I don't think Moffat will ever do one.
Wow.
I didn't know it. No, I didn't know he had no. Well.
Because I think in turn Moffat would have to expose the BBC because I think the BBC had more interference and influence over how Moffat how the series ran.
They hired Matt Lucas without this saying you're going to use him. That's it. Remember that?
It's that sort of like Christopher Eccleston RTD tell-all story that you save for 10 years down the line when you're not going to ruin your career by spilling out.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thanks for having us again, Joe.
All right, guys, take care. Bye for now.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.